Hello everybody and welcome to the Real Astrology 1123. I hope all of you are doing very well. This is going to be a 2022 Vedic Astrology reading for those of you who have Cancer Moon. Okay, so if your moon sign is Cancer, this is for you a Vedic Astrology reading for 2022. Now, yes, this is March. I do know I'm about 2.5 months late. I do apologize for that, but here we go. Okay, so let's get started. For Cancerian moon sign, right? If your moon sign is Cancer, we have a couple of planetary things that are quite important for you. One of them is Rahu, correct? Rahu is your north node, will change its position from Taurus to Aries. So Rahu, your north node, is going to go from Taurus to Aries. Ketu, your south node, will go from Scorpio to Libra on the 12th of April. So having said that, we also have Saturn. He's going to be changing his house. He's going to go from Capricorn to Aquarius on the 29th of April. And Jupiter will move from Aquarius to Pisces on the 12th of April. Okay, and of course, all the other planets are also going to be moving. So that's the major ones I want to discuss about for this year. Saturn. So for you, Saturn is going to be in the house of marriage and business till the 29th of April. Saturn is going to bless you with good growth in your business or, you know, your work, whatever, whether your career or business or whatever. And basically overall atmosphere in your married life is going to be pretty good. Okay, for those of you who are married, this applies to those of you who are married and those of you who are in committed long-term relationships. So, you know, that's part of it too. Then let's talk about your leadership qualities. Okay, so if you are one of those people who is a leader, who's somebody who's a decision maker, who's somebody who has responsibilities, who is somebody who is responsible for a whole bunch of people, this is going to be a great opportunity for you, a great year for you. But you have to make sure that you have a even balanced approach to all situations and all individuals that you're responsible for. For those of you who are not in a position of responsibility as far as your work is concerned or business is concerned, you will be blessed with that responsibility this year. In other words, you could be promoted to a higher level. Okay, from January 14th till 12th of February, the Sun accompanies Saturn in the house of marriage and business, which is great. This may bring some little bit of an unpleasant atmosphere. And what do I mean by unpleasant atmosphere? Look, Sun is all about brightness, etc. Saturn is all about darkness. So imagine the two. There's going to be a little tug of war between the two of them with regards to push and pull type of energy. So what I'm going to say is try not to let your ego get in the way. Try not to let your arrogance get in the way. Don't get me wrong, Cancerians can be pretty egotistical, right? And you know, that passive aggressiveness that Cancerians are so famous for, don't get on that train. This is not a time for you to be passive aggressive. This is not a time for you to be egotistical or be arrogant or anything like that. Don't do that, because if you do, then this whole thing with the Sun and the Saturn it's going to explode and you're going to be in a bit of a sticky situation. Don't do that. Okay, so what do I mean by that? This is the time where you really need to have a very neutral approach to things. If somebody is pushing your buttons and you know it, you should be able to kind of just go with the flow. Okay, just roll with the punches, if you will. Don't let, and you know, just say, yeah, okay, fine, just leave it be. Okay, but leave it be as in don't be passive, but you know, don't come off as being very arrogant and very kind of pushy, and don't be a bully. So after the 13th of April, when Saturn moves to the house of to Pisces, this will definitely bring some changes to your life related to professional and personal front. So Saturn is going to be, yeah, it's going to bring you some quick changes in your life, professional and personal life. Okay, Now, depending on how you deal with these situations, are you going to be arrogant and egotistical, or are you going to be calm and even and cool tempered? So if you're going to be arrogant and egotistical, then the sudden changes are not going to be very nice. But if you're calm and even tempered and are able to handle the situation appropriately, then you're going to have those sudden changes will be good for you. This is a great time for you too, because you may have some great opportunities to either travel abroad or career opportunities overseas or just visit overseas. So that's fantastic. Now Mars, let's look at Mars. This year will be a good start for Cancer students, right? Cancer moon sign, don't forget that. The Lord of Education, Mars, is going to be journeying through the house of education. So this is great. See, Mars is also going to go into the house of competitions, and so for you, that's going to be a great blessing, because that transit is going to make you step up your skill sets and step up your game, right? It's like you're going to get more competitive, and therefore more competitive means more prepared means better results. So for those of you who are pursuing competitive examinations or anything where, you know, the first highest 10 ranking or the first 100 or whatever are going to be employed, or, you know, that sort of a thing, or even if you're doing some sort of an examination where the top graders are the ones who are going to get the scholarship or get into the good universities, this is a great time for you. All right. And for those of you who are trying to get into a program where you have to do research, etc., write a thesis or whatever, great time. Mercury is going to start his journey from the 6th house of competition, debt and disease, and disputes. 6th house, debt, disease, disputes, etc. After that, he's going to go to the house of marriage and business, right, in a year. So basically he's going to go through the whole gamut of your astrology, like pretty much every single house. So, and Mercury, as we all know, you know, depends on how who's annoying Mercury, or who's encouraging Mercury, or who's basically pushing Mercury's buttons, right? Again, that what I'm saying is, this is general. So if you look at your personal astrology and your horoscope, that's when we can find out where exactly Mercury is, who is mad at him, is he mad at any other planet, and how all that benefits. But for the most part, he's going to be going through all of it, all your homes, the important houses this year for you. So quick changes. Venus is the lord of the 4th house of happiness and the 2nd house of gains, and he's going to be transiting to the house of competition. But it's not just competition, it's also disease. So this could give you good results, I mean satisfactory results, as long as you take care of your diet and routines, etc., right? So disease is related to, we are what we eat, correct? I am a living example of that. Clearly I'm not eating healthy, so therefore my health is not at its optimum best, but I'm working on it on a daily basis, making small changes, and I'm getting there. It's a slow progress, but I'm confident I'm getting there. Excuse me. So competition, yes, but also disease. So then again, keep in mind, if your mind, body and spirit is not healthy, you're not going to be at your optimum best to be able to compete at that level, right? So after the 27th of February, Venus is going to be together with Saturn. This is going to be good as far as your relationships are concerned, your personal relationships, that's good. After that, Venus is going to be moving to your house, well, basically through all the houses. Well, these planets are going to be moving. Okay, leave that alone, because I'm probably confusing y'all by giving y'all too much information and it'll get confusing. So let's talk about career. Great year for career. You're going to travel, business, travel. You'll be able to accomplish your goals. You may travel for business. You may find business opportunities while you are on your journeys. Let's say you're going for fun, you're traveling for fun, and you might come across a brilliant idea or an opportunity which may later turn into a big business endeavor for you. Or you may meet people on your journeys, and those network contacts or people are going to come in handy for you, which is going to help you as far as your business or your career is concerned. In terms of your love life for 22, and remember, Cancer moon sign, right? There's a chance you may travel to foreign locations. You may find the love of your life in a different country, or somebody who has come from a different country. It's actually a great time. I do believe this time you're going to be able to connect with somebody. I'm not going to say they are not of the same origin, but they could have been living in a different country, city, or state, and you have just now met them because they've come over to your country, city, or state, or you have gone visiting and then to their country, city, and state of living, and you may meet them there. You know what I mean? So this is going to be great. Great. You should pursue that. Okay. For those of you who are married, okay, not a earth-shattering year for you. It's kind of the usual ups and downs as far as relationships are concerned, in terms of any two individuals you've been married to each other. There are going to be days when you're like completely in sync with each other and days when you're not. It's just part and parcel of life, and the ebbs and flow of a relationship, right? But if you let those rifts and those little misunderstandings get too deep, then you could head for a separation. After the 29th of April, you're going to go through a little bit of a situation where secrets and this, that, and the other, or maybe somebody has taken ill between you and your spouse, and the tempers and the aggravations of life that we unfortunately take out on our loved ones could cause all of this. A blend of this or part of this could cause some rift between you and your spouse. At the end of the day, if you know how to draw the line, if you know to check your work at the door before you come into the house, or don't take your home your personal relationships to work, what I'm trying to say is compartmentalize, you'll be fine. But if you kind of don't pay attention to that and kind of bring all the frustrations from work home, it's going to aggravate the situation at home, and vice versa. Monetarily, you're going to be fine. It's going to keep you at a good level. But having said that, if you have had any investments due to speculation, etc., you may see some gains over there. So if you're trading and doing all those things, I always say be careful. Having said that, if you're careful and take all the necessary precautions, you could see some benefit of it. Oh, hello. Where'd you go? Come back. Let's talk about health. No major health issues this year. Just minor irritations, colds and coughs and allergies and headaches and that sort of stuff. Be very careful while you're driving around this year. I'm going to say be very, very careful while you're driving around. After the 13th of April, Jupiter is going to move into the 8th house, and 8th house does talk about, chronic illnesses, etc. Remember, this is Vedic astrology, and this is for moon sign, Cancer. So be careful after the 13th of April. Don't, fall off the health bandwagon. Okay, don't fall off the health bandwagon. Make sure you stick to a healthy routine. For those of you who are Cancer moon sign students, you're going to get a lot of help from your teachers and your parents, and those who it's going to get competitive though. So focus. Don't be a irresponsible student, because competition is going to be stiff. So if you all are planning to go overseas for education, this is a great time. Your dreams will be realized. You will get your seat. You will get your admission in overseas universities or whatever. Going to be great. Okay, let's look at the family life. What I mean by family is not a family life as in with your intimate partner or spouse, but this is family life with your birth family, or the family that you've been married into, or that sort of a thing. For the most part, this is going to be great. But I'll tell you one more thing. Your family is going to be very, very supportive of you. But I'm telling you, your ego and your arrogance, you need to control your ego and your arrogance, and things will be fine. If you don't, then, well, what can I say? Right? You pay a price for that. Well, that's about that for you, my beautiful Cancerians. I mean, I can't say I have anything else for you. This is a synopsis. This is like general for general energy reading for my Cancer moon sign people per Vedic astrology for the year 2022. So if you want a personal reading, get in touch with me. My email address is in the description box. It is therealastrology1123@gmail.com. I'm sorry if I'm looking there because I have another camera there, so sometimes I look at that camera. In the description box, you will find the different kinds of readings that I do, consultations that I do, personal astrology consultations, etc. Get in touch with me. I will send you, what the price is and how long it takes and how we may go about setting those readings and take it from there. Thank you so very much. Namaskar, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.